Hello there guys, and welcome to another Microsoft Flight Simulator video. We are currently situated at Gloucestershire Airport in the United Kingdom, and today we are going to be taking a look at the recently released MILVIS Cessna 310. Let us begin by examining the visuals. The 3D model is an exquisite replica of the Cessna 310. The texture work is definitely of the highest quality, as you can see here on the landing gear area, the aircraft engine and propeller, the aircraft wings, and the lights. The interior of the aircraft is again very well modeled to give this aircraft a realistic look. The gauges, the switches, and all the little details on the panel work really does provide a very immersive and authentic experience of the Cessna 310. The overall 3D modeling and texturing of the aircraft is definitely done to a very high standard, and it really makes this one of the better looking aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator. The MILVIS Cessna 310 ships with a highly functional control panel. From the configuration tab, you are able to toggle the aircraft doors and some of the static elements, and you can also set your passengers and baggage. Let's go ahead and take a look. You can also add passengers and baggage to your liking. On a personal note, I do not like avatars in the 3D cockpit, and MILVIS has provided this option for you. You can elect to hide the avatars or show them. When they're shown, this is how things look in the 3D cockpit. The Services tab gives you access to the aircraft fuel and wash and detail options. From the fuel, you are able to set the aircraft fuel, and you can switch from gallons and pounds. The interesting thing about the Cessna 310 is that the main tanks are located on the tip of the wing, and the auxiliary are actually on the wing. The wash and detail option gives you the ability to make the aircraft look dirty over time and clean it once it is. Let's take a look. We're going to set this to dirty. As you can see, the aircraft fuselage is now totally filthy. Let's go ahead and clean it. And as you can see now, the aircraft is all cleaned up and ready to go. You can adjust the rate of change of the aircraft cleanliness by using the slider. How cool is that? The Options tab gives you access to the aircraft's avionics suite, initial state, realism, and failures options. As you can see, you can use radio navigation, the Asobo Garmin devices, as well as both the PMS-50 and TDS GTN 750 Garmin devices. The initial state of the aircraft gives you the ability to select default, owned, or a rental aircraft, and the ability to show the user registration number as well. The Realism section gives you access to 4 options: individualization, engine realism, systems realism, and wear and tear. From the Failures section, you can select the frequency of failures for extra challenge and realism. You can set the failures to never occur, occur rarely, occasionally, and or frequently. The Status tab gives you the ability to inspect and repair the aircraft different parts. Let's go ahead and inspect the aircraft. As you can see, we have the oil supply showing in the yellow, and that needs repair, so we're going to go ahead and repair that in preparation for our flight. You can see now it's working, and all defective items are now replaced. Let's go ahead and do the right engine as well. And now the aircraft is in a flight-worthy state where we can take it today from Gloucestershire Airport to London City. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to ensure that the battery and the magnetos are in the off position. All electrical switches are currently turned off. The landing gear is down, and all the throttle, RPM, and mixture are all at idle cutoff. Next, we're going to make sure both the right and left engine fuel tanks are set to the main tank. We are now ready to bring electrical power to the aircraft, and we're going to turn on the battery and alternator switches to the on position. The sounds aboard this aircraft are exceptionally well done. I really like the sounds. I do not know if they were recorded from the real aircraft or not, but they do sound very convincing indeed, and they are very well made sounds for this aircraft. All right, let's go ahead and turn on the nav switch, and we're going to turn all the magnetos. We're going to set the mixture to full rich. Again, really nice sounds, and RPM to full forward. And we're going to crack the throttle a little bit here, and we're going to turn on the fuel pumps, the auxiliary fuel pumps, on the low position. And we're going to prime the right engine first. And we are now ready to start the right engine. And we have a good start on the right engine, and we're going to do the same for the left engine. Let's go ahead and prime it. There we go, we have a good start on both engines. Let's now turn on the anti-collision lights, and we're going to turn on the avionics master. For this flight today, we are going to be using the PMS-50 device, and we're going to set this to GPS, and we're going to be flying using the autopilot. We're going to set our initial altitude to 4,000 feet. And we're going to make sure the altimeter is set, and we are now ready to go. Let's turn on the taxi lights. The animations aboard this aircraft are also very well made. And let's go ahead and take a look at the extension of the landing lights aboard this MILVIS 310. Let's go ahead and click that and take a look. Notice how the landing lights are extended and turned on. We are now ready to go. Let's go ahead and taxi to the runway and depart Gloucestershire. Let's go ahead and release the parking brake, and let's go. Very nice sounds. The engine sounds are really well made for this aircraft. Eighty knots and rotate. Positive rate of climb, gear is going up. Very nice handling of the aircraft. Feels very nice indeed. A little bit sensitive on the pitch, but overall I think it flies really, really well. Alright, let's begin our turn now to intercept the flight path and head over to London City. And now we can engage the autopilot. Select nav. And set the rate of climb to about 1,000 feet per minute. And we continue now our climb. We're going to bring the RPM back a little bit. And we are now on our way to London City Airport. Hand flying the Cessna 310 by MILVIS is definitely a joy. It's very fluid, very responsive, and feels very realistic. We are approximately 30 nautical miles from London City Airport. We're going to begin our descent to 2,000 feet and activate the approach. Let us now activate the approach for runway 27 and perform an ILS approach at London City Airport. Let's go to Procedure, select the approach, ILS runway 27, load the approach, and now the approach is loaded, and let's go ahead and activate the approach as well. Activate the approach, and now the approach is active. A little bit of turbulence as we approach London City. and we continue our descent to 2,000 feet. And welcome to London City Airport. My final conclusion on the MILVIS Cessna 310 for Microsoft Flight Simulator is that it is one of the best general aviation aircraft made for the sim to date. It comes with a lot of features and a control panel that I haven't seen anything like in Microsoft Flight Simulator to date. The aircraft 3D modeling texturing is done to a very high standards, and the aircraft is also equipped with very realistic and immersive sounds. On the price point, the aircraft is currently priced just under $40, which I think is a real bargain for an aircraft of this quality and features. The MILVIS Cessna 310 for Microsoft Flight Simulator receives the Q8 Pilot Seal of Approval and a final score of 8.5 out of 10. Well folks, this is it for today's show. I hope that you've enjoyed this review video of the MILVIS Cessna 310 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. If you have any questions, please do post them in the comment section below. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in, and bye-bye for now.